So remember how I said that sequelitis causes either the third film in a series to tone it down and actually be better than the second one, or is so bad that the third one never gets made? Well, so Mission Impossible 3 is directed by J.J. Abrams in his directorial debut. It's the third entry in the Mission Impossible franchise and stars Tom Cruise, Ving Rhames, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Michelle Monaghan, and Simon Pegg. We again in this film follow Ethan Hunt, who has actually now stopped doing field work for the IMF and instead is just training new recruits for it and has a fiancée of his own. However, when one of the recruits that he trained is captured while on a mission to investigate a black market dealer by the name of Owen Davian, Ethan is brought back out into the field to try and rescue her, and it actually leads him onto an even bigger journey. Now remember Mission Impossible 2? Just forget about it. It doesn't pertain to anything in Mission Impossible 3, as Mission Impossible 3 completely erases it and brings Ethan Hunt back to what I loved about him. Ethan Hunt is no longer the ladies' man who's pretty much invincible, can do incredible crazy stunts, and has cheesy one-liners. No, we're back to Ethan Hunt, a man who is smart and very good at his job while also having vulnerabilities like every other human. This movie also fixes one of the biggest problems I had with Ethan in Mission Impossible 2, which was that he had a relationship. In Mission Impossible 2, they tried to shove this thing down your throat, like I said, and it just becomes boring and it's not believable in the movie. However, in this one, it's actually pretty believable. And not only is it believable, but it adds a lot to the storyline. It really shows how, though Ethan tries to live a normal life and hide the fact that he was a secret agent from his now fiancée, not everything works out the way he wants it to. Tom Cruise does a great job as Ethan Hunt again in this film. It really reminded me of how he was back in Mission Impossible 1, while also adding some new attributes I really enjoyed. The only other character to return from the past Mission Impossible movies is Luther Stickler, played by Ving Rhames, and if you guys don't know, I really love him in these movies. In Mission Impossible 2, they toned him down a lot, and he just became a boring hacker that I didn't really care for. But in Mission Impossible 3, he's back being the fun, exciting character I like. The relationship between him and Ethan is great that entire movie. It adds a lot, and Ving Rhames does a great job as always. Now, another thing that this film does very well is that it introduces new characters that are more memorable and less expendable than in the first two films. For example, Benji in this film is in it for a very short time, but he's actually one of my favorite characters. He's played by Simon Pegg, who does a great job at him, and in each scene that he's in, it's always funny and it's always interesting as well. Michelle Monaghan plays Julia in this film, who is Ethan's fiancée, and though she isn't the most interesting character, you're glad she's in the story. She adds a lot to it, and she's not over-the-top ridiculous like Thief or Spy. No, she's just a regular nurse who works at a hospital, and it makes a lot of sense. However, the best performance out of the entire movie, better than Tom Cruise and Ving Rhames, he's a new character, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Holy God, guys. Philip Seymour Hoffman is amazing in this film. This is one of the best things I've ever seen him do. He's such a good villain in this film. He's super intimidating, and he's just great. There's a scene in this film that just sends goosebumps up my spine just thinking about it. It's when Philip Seymour Hoffman's character is talking to Ethan, and he starts threatening him in a way that's just so intimidating. He just says, "What's your name? Do you have a wife or a girlfriend? Because if you do, I'm going to hurt her. I'm going to hurt her bad." And it's coming from Philip Seymour Hoffman's mouth, and it's ridiculously intimidating. It sends your heart thumping. It sends goosebumps everywhere. It's ridiculous, and he does it amazingly. He's the best villain that's been in any of the Mission Impossible films, so rest in peace, Philip Seymour Hoffman. You did great in this film. This film also brings back the great cinematography I loved about the first Mission Impossible film. Throughout entire scenes, there are just some great shots of everyone in the scene. There's a scene where Benji is talking to Ethan on the phone while he's running, and Tom Cruise is sprinting in this film around corners, and the camera just keeps following him and switching between him and Benji, and it's one of the best scenes in the entire movie. It's a lot of fun to watch, the dialogue between them is great, and the cinematography just tops it off overall. The stunts shown by the cinematography are also a lot more believable, and I have to give credit to that because in Mission Impossible 2, they were not believable at all. The writing in this film is good. It probably isn't as good as in Mission Impossible, but it's definitely better than Mission Impossible 2. There's no more dumb, cheesy one-liners. There might be like one, but that's the most, and it actually works for the film. It may not be as smart as the first one, but it's definitely a lot of fun still, and the actors use these lines very well. Return of tension in Mission Impossible 3 was also very refreshing since the second one didn't have that much. The thing I really liked about the first Mission Impossible was that it used tension effectively, and in the third one it does it again. This film is also much faster paced than its predecessors, and though it works in most cases, there are some scenes that I wish were longer or had more explanation to them. So though I may like Mission Impossible more than Mission Impossible 3 since the first one is smarter, I really do like Mission Impossible 3. I definitely think it was way better than the second one, and I will give it the same rating I gave Mission Impossible, 4 stars. 3 out of 5 out of the way. So guys, let me know what you think of Mission Impossible 3 below, how it compares to the first one or the second one. I'll have my review for Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol up soon. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.